Hey guys, it's your boy. Wow, hands. Okay, God, I'm not used to this. So, welcome to this new thing I'm trying to do, which is called Dumb Bench Energy. It was supposed to be something else 5 minutes ago. So now, welcome to Dumb Bench Energy. I'm your dumb bench, ya boy. And I'm here to talk passionately, I don't know how passionately I can talk, about things that I know of that I'm not 100% informed of, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna talk about things um, uh, and hope for the best that what I say is correct. Like, I know things. I know a bunch of things, but I'm not like 100% an expert on any of them. So, let's get right on to it. Today, we are going to talk about climate change. Wow. First episode. For all of you who don't know, I grew up an environmentalist. I've joined environmental organizations. I've been a delegate for international conferences for the environment. Actually, just one, singular. I was a child, and they accept children. Then I wasn't a child anymore, and I didn't exactly dedicate my life to saving the environment, but I did what I could because at a young, tender age, when I was a chair, I knew what the impacts of humans are on the environment, and I didn't want my future to be messed up by all these impacts, if that makes sense. First of all, climate change is real. Surprise! It's not obvious in some places because, well, for one, the changing seasons, no one can tell how hot it is or how cold it is because it's always hot or cold every year. So no one, especially in America, hi Americans, it's not obvious. Like, you know it's hot in the summer because it's supposed to be hot in the summer. And you know it's cold in the winter because it's supposed to be cold in the winter. But that's not climate. I mean, climate is like the overall... Here goes. Climate is the overall... it's not weather pattern. Weather pattern is like a separate thing. Hold up. Climate is a region with particular weather patterns or conditions. Okay, I was right. Shout out to my dictionary. Yeah, so the usual weather conditions in a particular place or region. So basically, it's like the weather patterns of a place. Okay, I was right. It was weather patterns. Like overall, like a place experiencing this kind of weather pattern is the climate. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. What that means with climate change is that weather pattern starts to change, but things don't change instantly. They change step by step, slowly, under everyone's noses. Like, there will be a stronger storm than usual, but it'll happen only just once, and then it'll happen again just once the next year, and then before you know it, it happens once every year, and then it ups it up to twice a year. But no one notices because it's very gradual, which is why it's so easy to ignore. But yeah, it's real. It's very evident where I'm from in the Philippines because as a child, I'm gonna have to cite an example right now. As a child, I used to have Christmas in a jacket. Like, I'd wear a jacket and be like, oh, it's so cold outside. But now I don't because it's really hot outside. Although, like, it's the dry season, no one can tell. It's supposed to be hot and sunny, but the winds from Siberia aren't as felt as before. Although they're still there. It still gets cold in February. But still, what else? Storms are a lot worse. The typhoons are getting a lot worse. It's a lot more windy, but no one can tell because sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's not. And crap, I'm trying my best here. The weather patterns is just as crazy as Florida. Like it'll be sunny and then it'll start raining so bad and then it'll be sunny again, which isn't supposed to be normal. I mean, it's weather, fine, but usually we are accustomed to sunny days and rainy days, not sunny, rainy, sunny days, or sunny, windy, rainy days. It'll be a matter of time before we start getting tornadoes and a bunch of other things, you know, that'll disrupt the weather patterns. Right, where was I going with this? Climate change is real, guys. The future of the human race depends on how we take care of the planet we live in. Why? Because this is the only planet we have. You wouldn't want to go to Venus. It's terrible there. You wouldn't want to go to Mars. It's drier than Arizona there. You wouldn't want to go anywhere else. This is the only place where we can live, and it's our duty to keep it livable, if that makes sense. It's supposed to make sense. We live here. We're supposed to take care of our home. Okay, if you could clean your house for yourself, you put away your trash, you wash your dishes, you make your bed, why can't we do that in our planet of a home of a planet, something like that? What annoys me the most is that people keep telling us to work for our future, to build our future. How can we do that if our setting for our future is not doing well? Like, I imagine a future where there'll be buildings and maybe flying cars if we're lucky, trees if we're super lucky, but so far we're headed to a dystopian wasteland of just no air, bunch of dust, maybe some polluted water, dead things everywhere. But we can change that. We have time. Not a lot of time, but we have time. Wow, this is so passionate for the first episode. We have time. We have resources. We have our numbers. There's a lot of us out here who want a better future. This does not sound like me. I'm so sorry. And it's really important that we take care of our environment. But right now, things aren't looking up. Just yesterday or the other day, I found out that the Amazon forest has been burning for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks, and I had no idea. Nobody had any idea. The Amazon forest is so big, and the fire is so big. It's as big as the Philippines, as I saw on the internet. It's our lungs. The Amazon forest produces 20% of the air we breathe. Imagine if most of that is gone. How much air would we have left for ourselves, for our future generations that we romanticize, that we always put focus on? How will they survive if they can't breathe? The thing that's been going on, and I had no idea, is the Taylor oil oil spill. I can't talk. It's the Taylor oil spill, which is an ongoing oil spill off the coast of Louisiana. It's super big. I don't remember the size. And it's spilling about 300 to 700 barrels of oil a day. But nobody measures in barrels of oil nowadays unless you like work in the gasoline industry. 300 to 700 barrels of oil is a lot. It's in the thousands of liters per day. Imagine all that oil going into the ocean. What is that? Hello, we get our fish from the ocean. We get our seafood from the ocean. Who would want to eat seafood mixed with oil that is used for cars? Hello, bees are dying. I can't tell here in the Philippines we don't have that problem. I'm scared of bees. Bees. There's a bee. But I know that in some places, in more developed countries like America, maybe also Europe, but probably America, where they use a lot of pesticides in their farming, that bees get hurt in all this. Bees, um, bees do a lot for us, for our food, for our food, for our vegetables, for our fruits, for our flowers. They do the pollinating for us, and they are very important. They're very vital for the ecosystem and for our food chain. That we have to protect them. Permafrost is cracking. Hello, permafrost. It's supposed to be permanently frosted, but it's cracking. How is that possible? Climate change. Things are getting hotter. No one can tell, but things are getting hotter. The seas are getting hotter. The icy places are getting warmer. You can tell because humans can only know when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's fine. But no one can tell when it's cold enough to keep ice that's supposed to be frozen forever frozen. So you can go to Antarctica and say, oh, it's so cold here. Why is everything melting? That's because it's not cold enough to keep everything frozen. And the things that are supposed to be frozen forever are melting. And speaking of which, glaciers are melting. Now, I have heard this argument before. That how will the sea level rise if the glaciers are already in the water? The water's already displaced. Well, I have some news for you. Glaciers are actually called glaciers because they're land ice. Hold on, dictionary. Yeah, glacier is a shorter word for land ice. It's not on the water. It's not an iceberg. It's not an ice island that's already displaced the water. Glaciers are the ice that's on land. And imagine if all that water that's just ice right now, it turns all into water and it goes into our oceans. It starts displacing even more water. And all the land, the low-lying land areas by the ocean are going to drown. Sad truth. We are going to drown. Because there are a lot of glaciers right now on land, away from the ocean. And if they start melting, there will be no more Manila, no more Los Angeles, no more New York, Florida, Mexico, probably. We will have to relocate to higher ground. But there are lots of cities by the ocean right now because that is where the trade routes are for sea trading. I think that's the word. And we aren't used to that. These places are heavily populated. Imagine moving all these cities to tops of mountains just to escape the water. We are overpopulated. I mean, there's a lot of land for everyone, but like, we are concentrated in cities. Imagine moving all these people to higher ground when there's limited higher ground. It's just not gonna happen. And also the buildings, they're forked. So yeah, take care of the environment and donate to organizations aimed to help preserve our environment. There are a bunch of organizations for that. I will put some of the links below. And on that note, I would like to promote a search engine. Shout out to Ecosia, not sponsored. I wish. Ecosia is a search engine where you can search for whatever. It still works like Google, just not as efficient. I'm sorry, Ecosia, but you're not as efficient. But it still gets the job done if you want to look for things that are not too important. You know, just some mindless searching. It's fine. It works. And for every 45 searches, they will plant one tree. Imagine if everyone made 45 searches a day. I don't know, look for the recipe for peanut butter or how to make a sandwich, or how to tie a shoe, whatever. Just all the useless search queries that you have, you can use Ecosia for that. Google can look for whatever stuff for research paper purposes, but you can use Ecosia for your daily whatevers. It's my main search engine right now on my laptop, although I do switch to Google sometimes when I don't find what I need, but that's only because Google is a second option. So yeah, get Ecosia, use them a lot. They will currently plant trees in the Amazon rainforest just to make up for all the trees that are burning right now. And oh, and there's also this this Google extension. It's called Taps for a Cause. I think I remember that. I'll leave the link down in the description on how to get it onto your laptop. Right now, I only know how to get it on Chrome because I use Google Chrome. And what it does is that it gives you 1 heart every time you open a new tab, and you can donate these hearts to charities, to organizations, not just oh, whoa, did I just say aimed for the environment, or for homeless people, or for people who are abused. Just all these organizations that are aimed to make the world a better place, they will donate these hearts, convert them to money, and donate them to people who need them. Animal shelters, people who need water, people who need food, people who need clothing, and a bunch of other charities. So I will also leave that in the description. I hope you use it a lot. And above all else, and it's my first time using that, spread the love. I don't have to out this video. First of all, subscribe. Subscribe, leave a like, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment. And let me know what you've been doing to help the environment. I know I've done things, but I know it's not enough. I have to do more, and we all have to do this together. We're all trying to be better people for ourselves and for the future, the sake of our future that we are being eaten into. So yeah, peace. What was I gonna say? Here's my notes. What is climate?